Hey, it's Michelle with the Medicine Couch, and today I just want to kind of talk to you about a topic I've been thinking a little bit about lately, and that is how you keep your compassion when you're working in medicine. I had a great talk with a nurse the other day, and we were talking about working in medicine and kind of how it changes your personality some. And she put it a great way. She said, I don't know how to keep my humanity. I feel like I'm losing my humanity dealing with people in the ER. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I think anyone who works in any kind of job where they have a lot of interaction with the public gets a little jaded, gets a little frustrated. You have to deal with lots of different personalities out there, and it just gets overwhelming at times and gets difficult. But I think in medicine, it's much harder. It's definitely different. I mean, we know things about people that your average retail clerk or wait staff is not going to know. We know when you've had your last bowel movement or your last period or how much you smoke and drink and what drugs you take and those kind of things. I mean, you don't just share that stuff with the general public normally. So we have this more like intimate relationship with people, and beyond that, they're asking us to help them with their very life, with their body, the thing that keeps them living. So I have respect for anyone who works, with the public, but we're just dealing with things on a different level. And so I think it magnifies this problem. And I also want to say, before I talk about this some more, is that regardless of how I feel or some of the thoughts that I have, I, of course, treat every patient with respect, and I do my best to give people the best care that I can. And I think most medical professionals feel the same way. But that doesn't change the fact that we're humans, right? And we have these thoughts going through our heads. And what we do for a job affects our personalities in everyday life. But in the outpatient setting, for the most part, even though I would get frustrated with patients from time to time, I really did feel like I could still make a difference and make a change in trying to work on preventative medicine and to help people get healthy. And so it wasn't as difficult as the challenge I'm facing now. So why is it different now? Well, I am actually in training because I'm going to be a hospitalist PA. I'm just going to be working PRN eventually, but right now I'm working fairly regularly as I'm learning. And, I'm totally new to the inpatient setting, so there's a lot to learn, a lot that's different from outpatient. But one of the things that has been happening is just my frustrations with people. And again, I'm not taking it out on them. It's just as I'm sitting there charting or looking through their chart, I'm like kind of rolling my eyes and getting frustrated. And this isn't every patient, but we're mainly talking about the ones that are doing things to themselves or not taking care of themselves, and they're landing back in the hospital time and time again with the same thing. And oftentimes these are the same people who are very vocal about the fact that you need to fix them, and what are you going to do to help them, and crying to you to make the situation better. But yet you've just read where they've been talked to by many, many, many medical professionals throughout the years, and they're just non-compliant with things, or they just haven't made any changes in their life. And, I know change is hard. I'm not saying that it's easy and that everyone can just, eat a perfect diet and exercise all the time. I know that, and I'm not asking for people to be perfect. I'm not perfect. My diet could definitely use improvement, and I could exercise more. But I'm just talking about just basic health maintenance, like not drinking 32-ounce sodas, not eating out at every meal, not eating, a whole sleeve of Oreos at a time repeatedly, and not smoking, getting some minimal exercise. I mean, just walking around the block at least. I guess what's striking me in this inpatient setting is how many patients that you talk to that are just defiant. Like, yeah, I don't exercise. I pretty much just like to lay on the couch and watch TV, or I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. No one's going to tell me how to live my life. Well, that would be fine if what you're doing isn't landing you back in the hospital repeatedly and costing the system thousands and thousands of dollars and having you beg us to fix something that we can't fix. Oftentimes, I compare medicine to mechanics. You have a car, the bare minimum you do is put some gas in it, but you don't put any good gas, you just put the cheapest gas you could find. You don't do any kind of maintenance, you don't change the oil, you drive it like crazy, you do all kinds of bad things to it, slamming on the brakes all the time, or running into stuff, or going over bumps at high speeds, whatever is going to break down the car. And people may take care of their car like that, but I don't really see people crying at mechanics or get mad if the mechanic can't just magically fix things on the car that are beyond repair. But yet every day it seems like that we're dealing with people that have no realization about their bodies and the fact that medicine can't fix a lot of things. I mean, there are some things we can fix, and medicine has come a long way, and we are prolonging these people's lives with the fixes that we do along the way. But most of the things we do doesn't restore people's health. It's like buying time until the next thing breaks down. And I know people don't realize that because it's their life and it's their body, and they don't look at it that way, I guess. They're just out there living their lives and doing what they're doing, and they think, well, this is just part of life that your body breaks down like that. So I don't know where the disconnect is. I mean, I know we don't do a great job of teaching kids in school about their bodies and about basic maintenance and why it's important. But somewhere along the line, our society has just completely broken down on the aspect of having any kind of personal responsibility for your health. And of course, that's not everybody. There are a lot of people out there that are watching their, health and taking care of them. Those just aren't the people that you're seeing most of the time in the hospital. So I don't know how we change this, how we get the message out to society and get people to really start, thinking about their bodies and doing the bare minimum to be healthy. But beyond that, I guess my question is, how do you keep your humanity in that? How do you keep your compassion for people when you're seeing patient after patient on a daily basis who would not be there if they had just taken a little responsibility for their health? And gosh, that sounds so harsh, I guess. I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks this, or are you guys feeling that out there? I think a lot of people may be feeling it, but they don't like to put it into words because it does sound so harsh. I don't know, and I've been drawn to the ER and thought that maybe one day I might work in the ER, but now I'm really second guessing that. I don't even know if I could work in hospital medicine for long term if these are the feelings I'm going to keep having. Maybe it's just thoughts that are coming into my head as I'm going through training and making this adjustment, and maybe I'll just get used to it and won't have these thoughts. I don't know. If you've worked in hospital medicine or in the ER, or if you've had some of these struggles, let us know your thoughts down below and how you've dealt with this. And if you agree with what I'm saying, or if you think I'm terribly awful for saying this. So I guess I don't really know what else to say. I'm just wondering if other people are feeling this, and just marveling at another struggle that I am uncovering in the world of medicine. So thanks for joining me today. Take care, stay sane, and I'll see you next time on the Medicine Couch. Bye.